Hello, all beloved students. My name is Koem Kuyly. I'm from New Generation Pedagogical Research Center. Today, I'm very glad to see all of you in my English video class. So, I hope that you all are paying attention with me right now. Okay. So, before we start a lesson, I would like you to answer with some following questions. The first question is, have you still learned English so far? Okay, so I suppose that you might answer yes, I have still learned English. Okay, and next, what grammar have you still remember so far? Okay, so before you have studied a lot of kinds of grammar, so I suppose that you will say that I have still remember present simple or past simple, right? And next, how have you been since we haven't seen each other for a while? Okay, so you might say I have been normal staying at home with my family, right? Okay, so this is all that I suppose that you all answer in this way. All right, and next, based on your predicted answer, I would like to ask you, what grammar are we going to study now? Right? And so far you answer yes, I have studied English, or I have learned English, something like that. So may you tell me please, what grammar are we going to study now? Okay, you might say, oh, we are going to study present simple, or you might say we study present perfect. Of course, so the right answer is we are going to study about present perfect, right? And next, before we are going to study more detail about present perfect, I would like you to understand about objective of the lesson today. Yeah. So by the end of the lesson, you will be able to identify the uses of present perfect precisely. Okay. Second, you will make sentences by using present perfect correctly. Last but not least, you will identify between seen and for and between been and gone in present perfect clearly. Right? So remember, there are three objectives in our lesson today. First, identify the uses. Second, make sentences. And last but not least, compare between seen and for and between been and gone. Right? So let's go together. Yeah. So let's move on to the use. Right? So what action do we use in present perfect? Okay. Yeah. So let's compare your understanding with what I want to show you today. And we use present perfect to talk about an action that happened in the past and still continue to the present. Okay. Second, we use present perfect to talk about an action that shows someone's life experience. Yeah. Third, we use present perfect to talk about past action that result in the present. And next, we talk about an action that has just happened or finished at an unspecified time. Right? So today I bring up 4 uses of present perfect. Right? So I will give you more example in order to compare with all kinds of uses here. First example about the use number 1, an action that happened in the past and still continue to the present. Okay. I have studied English since 2010. Okay. So in the past until now, I still study English. Yeah. And second example, I have lived in Phnom Penh for 10 years. Right. So before until now, for 10 years that I live in Phnom Penh. So that's why I say I have lived in Phnom Penh for 10 years. Yeah. And second use, we use present perfect to talk about an actions that show someone's life experience. Of course, everyone has your own life experience, even me. Yeah. So let's see my example together. I have been to Siem Reap twice. Right. So that talk about my experience. I have been to Siem Reap twice. Twice means 2 times. How about you? How many times have you been to Siem Reap? Okay. And second example, I have been to Thailand 3 times. Yeah, talk about my experience again. So I used to go abroad like Thailand. Yeah, until now I have been there for 3 times. And how about you? How many times have you been to Thailand or other country? Yep. And next, talk about the use number 3. Use present perfect to talk about the past actions that result in the present. Okay, for example, I have lost my wallet. So the result, I have no money now. All right. And second example, I have done all homework. Yeah. So that's why now I am free from school tasks. Okay, so I can do whatever I want. So this is an action that happened and then it gives you the result to present. And number 4, an action that has just happened and finished at an unspecified time. Yeah, for example, I have finished writing my story recently. Okay, so actually I have written my story for a few months already, but until now I still just finished it. So that's why I say I have finished writing my story recently. And second example, I have just arrived home. Right? Okay, so everybody understand all uses of present perfect, and then let's move on to the differences between seen and for, or between been and gone. What are they different? Yes, so let's see the example between seen and for. For example, I have studied English since 2010. Right? So when we put year like 2010, there is talk about starting point. So look at this. Since we talk about starting point, whereas for example, I have studied English for 10 years. Right? So for 10 years, we talk about the period of time, right? So the period of time that we count from the past until now like that, we use for. Yeah, we use for, talk about a period of time. All right, so clear one between sin and for, right? Sin, we talk about starting point, and for, we talk about a period of time. All right, so let's see one more example about the differences between been and gone. Yeah. For example, she has been to Korea. Yeah, she has been to Korea. So that's talk about her experience, her past experience. But now she is not in Korea, or she is not there. Yeah, she might be goes to other countries, but not in Korea anymore. Yeah. Another example, she has gone to Korea. When you say she has gone to Korea, it is talking about her present result. But now she is still there. Right? She doesn't come back yet. Yeah. So there is the differences between been and gone. Been, we go there and we come back. But gone, we go there and we still there. Clear one? Yes, I hope you understand it clearly. Thank you. So let's move on to the next slide. After we know about the uses, after we know about the differences between sin, for, been, gone, and then let's go to the form together. Yeah? Form. So I give you the one sentence and then let you tell me the form. For example, the positive sentence, I have stayed at a hotel. So let's tell me the form, please. Okay? Yes. So let's compare your form with my form. Yeah. So subject plus have or has plus verb 3, or we call past participle plus blah blah blah. Okay. And subject, where is subject? I, right? I. And have is auxiliary verb. And stay, verb 3 or verb past participle plus blah blah blah. I put the word blah 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 because after main verb it can be objects, or can be without objects, or can be complement, something like that. That's why I put blah blah blah. And next, about negative sentence, you have not flown to China, right? So the form of it, subject plus have or has plus not plus verb 3 plus blah blah blah. Okay, and subject is you, and have auxiliary verb, not is negative verb, and flown is verb 3. Okay, and next, the last one, question sentence. Has your dad taught English at the university? Again, has your dad taught English at the university? Okay, so let's tell me the form of it. Yeah, has plus subject plus verb 3 plus blah blah blah, and don't forget question mark. Okay, so has it stand as a question, and your dad as a subject, taught as a verb 3 or past participle, and blah blah question mark. Right. And so please keep in mind that when we talk about the subject pronoun such as I, we, you, they, he, she, it, you have to remember about the have and has. So which subject pronoun fit with the have or has? So let's see. Have we use with subject pronoun I, we, you, and they, whereas has we use with only subject pronoun he, she, and it. All right. So now you finish one more about it forms, and let's move on to the practice. Right, the practice. So I hope that everybody understand about form, use, and some example already. So let's take a practice right now. I have some example such as here, and the instruction. Identify the use of present perfect on exercise below. Right? So these are the sentences. For example, the first one I have done for you. My sister has forgotten her purse at home, so she has no money to buy food now. Yeah. So do you still remember the uses? How many uses have we just learned so far? Yeah, 4, right? What are they? First, we talk about action that happened in the past and still continue to the present. Second, let you tell me please. We talk about past action that is out to the present. And third, we talk about an action that's so about someone's life, right? And fourth, we talk about an action that has just happened or finished in the unspecified times, right? So now you know all kind of for use. So let's take each one to put or to place in the right sentences here. So the first one, my sister has forgotten her purse at home, so she has no money to buy food now. Look at here, the result. So she has no money to buy food now. So it is talk about past action that result in present, right? Okay. Second example, it's your turn. My 2 dogs had just gone home. So what is the use? Yeah. So please compare your answer with my answer. Yeah. It talks about an action that had just happened or finished at an unspecified times. And number 2, my dad and mom have worked in an insurance company. Yes. So your answer is, okay, an action that happened in the past and still continue to the present. Right. The last example, I have been to Cohort Resort at the first time. So when you say at the first time, you might think about your experience, right? So the last one is an action that shows someone life experience. Okay, so how many of you have done it correct? Yeah, I hope that most of you or all of you have done all correct. Yeah, thank you. So let's move on to the next practice. The next practice, we talk about making the correct sentences. All right. So let's look at the instruction. Make correct sentences below with present perfect form. Right. So don't just only make the sentence correctly, but look at the form. Make sure that correct sentence with correct form. Yeah. And the first example I have been done for you. For example, learn blah blah online class English John through. So how can I make a correct sentence? So my sentence is John has learned English through online class. Okay, John as a subject has auxiliary verb, learned verb 3 or past participle, and blah blah. Yes. So this is the correct form of present perfect and also the correct sentence as well. All right. So it's your turn again. Number 1, home, my pet, 2 weeks, go, for, and from. So please make correct sentence for me. Are you ready? Okay, so let's see your answer and my answer. My pets have gone from home for 2 weeks. Okay, good. I hope you all have done correctly. And next, number 2, meet his since girlfriend 2012. So the answer is, yes, Smith has met his girlfriend since 2012. And the last one, David and his friend Doug, blah blah, USA, for live in so far. And this is the question mark. Yes, so let's make it question. So the question sentence is, have David and his friend Doug lived in USA so far? Okay, so it's have done again. So I hope that you all have done it correctly. Okay, yes, so move on to the last practice. The last practice, complete sentences below by using been, gone, or for and thin. Yeah, so the first one I will make it for you. Chovi blah blah goes to Thailand. She sells a lot of Thai products in her shop in Cambodia now. You can look at this first. She sells lots of Thai product in her shop in Cambodia now. So now she's not in Thailand, right? Because she sells her product in Cambodia. So now she's in Cambodia. So should I use been or gone? Of course, she go and come back already. So we use been. Yeah. Chobi has been to Thailand. She sells lots of Thai products in her shop in Cambodia. So let's go on to your turn. Pisay blah blah goes to grandparents' house. She is so happy to stay with them now. Yeah. So now Pisay is still with her grandparents or she come back home? Yeah. So let's see your answer with my answer. Yeah. Pisay has gone to grandparents' house. She is so happy to stay with them now. So now she still stay with them, right? That's why we use gone. Gone means that you go and then you still there. You do not come back yet. Number 2, Petra and I have studied in the same grade, blah blah, 2018. Yeah. So 2018, it talk about for and since. Which one? And do you still remember? For we use with a period of time, whereas since we talk about the starting point. So 2018 is the starting point, right? So we use since. All right. How about the last one? My father has worked in Korea 3 years. 3 years. When we talk about 3 years, we talk about a period of time, right? So we use for. Okay, well done. Yeah. So I hope that is a very easy one, and then everybody can do it all correctly. And last but not least, it talk about homework. So everybody, you have to click on this link in order to do more exercises. And remember, the more you practice, the more you know. Please do it for me, and I will check it for the next section. So don't forget to do it. And I will provide a related document about irregular verb or about something else. So please click on this link in order to learn more deeply. Now our lesson is going to finish. So thank you so much for your paying attention in my lesson. Hopefully see you next session. Thank you. Goodbye.